Welcome to Acquired Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Dirty D.
It's your boy Tech Daddy.
It's Queen Bee.
She's back.
How can I help you?
And Ben.
And Ben.
But hey, B's back. It's yeah.
am, I'm back.
That's pretty tight.
Thank you guys for the break. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Yep. For B, she's back.
Right out.
That one guy is
That one, yeah. Every fucking time it gets me.
You'll never leave us.
Nope. As long as that button still exists, we're good.
He's our one constant in a world of chaos. You all right?
I don't think so.
I've never watched somebody
I should've said.
downshift in a chair.
Thought I had it.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, we're good.
Sure. Anyways, welcome to Quiet Taste Podcast. If you are new, we are a history podcast. We do some mystery, do a little music here and there, and we also do some banter beginning of our episode. So if you are here for the topic, give us about, 10 to 20 minutes, and we're going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to get to the topic that you came here for. But I think we're pretty funny, so stick around for that part. If you are a returning listener, thank you, of course, for all the support to the new people that are following us. Thanks for following us. We do appreciate that too. As per usual, we hope you're having a good day. We hope that you are staying hydrated. And, of course, you get your forehead kisses. Indeed. It's been a while. This is the first forehead kiss of the year.
Oh, you're right.
I gave some.
I'm sorry. That's true.
I gave some.
The first one in stereo. I got to hear in both ears.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The first one that probably wasn't just DJ by himself.
Exactly. It was, yeah. Yep. It makes it more meaningful when it's in full surround sound.
It really does.
But yeah, we got a pretty good topic today though. But as per usual, we can start off with a little icebreaker. We did not discuss this before we started here. Actually, no, we did because we talked about fucking Pizza Hut.
We fucking did.
Oh, yeah.
And
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Have we with Pizza Hut?
I feel like I think
We
pizza
have,
in
maybe.
general, maybe.
I think we talked
Has it
about
been
like
recorded or just in person?
because there was an
Both.
episode I
Yeah.
talked. It was like one of the original episodes when I talked about like best frozen pizza,
Sure.
Oh,
and it
okay.
might have been like during
Maybe.
that process,
Sure. Could have been.
maybe. But Pizza Hut is good.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
Yes,
It is
it
trash.
fucking is.
You're telling me
Yes.
you never got a personal pan?
No,
You're going off of nostalgia. Now, Pizza Hut used to be great.
Yeah, don't bring up the past. I'm
but
talking.
it still tastes like that.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Not
it
at all.
still tastes exactly like
it
it did
does
when I
not.
got
You-
that personal pan pizza voucher from Book It
Your
when I was
taste
in
buds
second
are
grade.
tasting through the lens of nostalgia.
No.
You've been tasting your
I-
beard for the past 9 years. I don't know what you're tasting.
That's my mustache first and foremost,
don't
and I
like-
would rather eat my own hair than Pizza Hut.
Me and my mom got Pizza Hut all the fucking time. All the time. We never stopped.
doesn't make
getting
it good.
Pizza Hut.
Love Pizza Hut.
Doesn't make it
Yes,
good.
I think it's good.
No, I got punched in the head all the time. It wasn't harmful.
Crispy. I'm not always a fan of thicker pizza, but Pizza Hut does it right. Crispy pepperoni
Yes.
when you get it. The sausage is good. If you get that, the breadsticks. Are you fucking
Oh
kidding
my
me?
god, their breadsticks are unparalleled. I want one right now.
They're so fucking good.
Where is there a Pizza Hut?
I will believe.
Well, there's the one in Gary.
Yeah, and if you go to Gary on Grant Avenue, I found one
Grant
today.
Street.
They have.
Let's go.
You remember the Taco Bell Pizza Hut split?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we were talking
we
about
just
that.
talked
yeah.
about
Yeah, I think it's a
Lee-
Pepsi thing, isn't
Lee-
it? Because like Pepsi owns.
Yeah, you're right.
Both, I think.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pepsi sort of is putting their restaurants
Dude.
together that make no sense. It's fine.
That Pepsi at the Taco Bell it hits a little bit different.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
getting
know.
straight from the source, the
know.
tap.
Oh, I always have to get a Baja Blast.
And before we go any further, all the stuff you listed off, the sauce, the cheese, the sauce, blah, blah, blah. Lee Harvey Oswald has a better chance of having acted alone than any portion of your sentence being factual.
Well, I agree with his sentence.
Yeah, don't
so.
diminish all my little fucking opinions to nothing like that.
These are a matter of opinion. This is not a matter of like fact.
You tried to
Only-
historically tear me down using
Only-
Harvey Lee Oswald, goddamn.
When your,
And I won't stand for it.
when your school teacher told you opinions can't be right or wrong, they lied to you. They can absolutely be wrong.
Yeah, I don't understand how Pizza Hut's both dry and greasy at the same time. It's never made sense to me.
Though.
It's good. I
I
love
love
it.
it.
Have you ever read your receipt? It literally has a line for regret.
It's underneath the grease stain.
I don't know. I don't understand how you people like
What do you mean, you people?
whoa!
basically a crunchy piece of dry bread with cornmeal on the bottom of it. some sauce and then burnt cheese on top of it, and then it's just dunked in grease. That's what all of you assholes like.
What are you talking about? I need an example.
That's like every other pizza on the planet.
I'm going to need you to get good. Scrub.
That's
I
every
grew
other
up in
pizza.
Langle's
That's
country.
Langle's, that's Aurelio's.
No, Langle's is good pizza.
That's
Langle's is pretty good.
Where
Langle's
I
is the
just
shit.
went, which was House of Pizza in Hammond. They all taste like that shit. They all taste like it, and I hate it.
I think your
It's terrible.
taste buds stopped evolving after the 5th grade.
I'm
I
stuck on.
didn't like pizza in 5th grade either.
You're just wrong then at this point. Like, I don't know what to
don't.
tell you.
Like,
I like it. I like it.
Can we get a vote on this for the Required Taste podcast listeners? What do you think about Pizza Hut? Because me and Brandy are for it.
Yeah, there's actually a comment section. A few people know how to use it well, a few people do leave comments, so that's what I mean by that. But you can
Everybody
actually
else is a bunch
comment
of idiots.
on Spotify.
I bet they know what a good pizza is.
Yeah,
Those of you who can read.
yeah, those listeners that are
Dominos.
out there, give us tell us your thoughts
Yeah, let us know.
on Pizza Hut. I'd rather have Little Caesars, so I'm sticking by that.
You know, I drove past the Little Caesars the other day, last night actually, and there was like cars parked outside with a full lobby packed waiting for it.
That's crazy.
Dude, man, that hot ready, dude.
It's the effect of inflation.
It's not ready though.
It
is
They were
not
waiting.
that is
They were
true.
waiting.
Them
Motherfuckers
things,
ain't ready no more.
they're not hot and ready anymore. They're hot, but they're not ready.
They're lukewarm and almost ready.
Like they have like the lock boxes now, where you get a code on your coupon or on your receipt, and you can like unlock it with the code.
At least a Little Caesars.
that
You
how
get
it
Well,
works?
the one in Highland is like that for sure.
That's how-
yeah.
works
Well,
there?
no. What I was gonna say is at least at Little Caesars you get your disappointment faster than you do at Pizza Hut. You
And
have to
cheaper.
wait there longer to be disappointed at the end of the meal.
Yeah, I don't agree with it.
There.
I mean, you can be
The
wrong.
one in Griffith also was a Wingstop.
no.
Was
Yeah.
it a Wingstop? They have
Is this still
wings.
open?
No,
Oh yeah, that's
no.
not-
All the ones by us closed apparently, except for the one. In
Yeah, except for the one.
I was- I think-
The one in
Gary.
Gary's a combo. That's
Yeah.
probably
So
why.
I think you got to go way east to see a Wingstop now.
Well,
There's one in Hammond,
Oh, where?
right on Indianapolis Boulevard.
Wing Street. I'm sorry, it was
Yeah, Wing Street. Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
Wing Street.
It was
That's
Wing
Pizza Hut's
Street.
thing.
I
Right?
was
Those
talking.
were
Okay, I
good
was talking about
too.
Wingstop.
I like the wings at the Wing
the last
Street.
time I
in
saw
Yeah,
one
they
of
weren't
those.
bad.
Those
I'll
were
give you that.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And actually, Wingstop, they have a few out here. There's one down the street from me.
Okay, I thought they all went away. I haven't seen one in a while.
Yeah, there's one off of Ridge and Hobart.
Yeah, because the last
Well,
time
Route 6, if you want to call it that. But Ridge Road. There's
Okay.
one off Ridge.
the last time I saw one was like Mishawaka.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's only two that I know of off the top of my head at least. So
Okay.
there's the one in Lansing, and then there's the one down the street here from here.
Okay. I mean,
And,
there's so much shit closing.
Yeah, I don't know.
anymore.
Well,
It's-
Wingstop is okay. Now, what's your opinion on Wingstop? Actually, since we're on that topic,
I'm not a fan.
neither am I.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Okay, well, at least we agreed on something today.
I give it two
I've
tries.
actually never ate there, and I never planned on it because it doesn't look good.
Yeah, they're
Like,
the one over here is actually decent. That's probably the best one I've had. Is the one over here.
Yeah.
Because they're normally just super greasy, and like you can like the wings have like a pool of grease underneath. No matter what flavor you order, there's just a pool of grease underneath it for some reason. It's not good.
Well,
but
see-
the one over here is actually pretty good.
Well, see, potentially unpopular opinion, but like B-dubs, I don't like them.
I don't like B-dubs either.
I don't like what
I
beat
don't
ups does to me.
I don't think
you know,
B-dubs
I
is
just feel-
good enough for how much they charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They're not bad, but they're so expensive.
Their
for no
burgers are
reason.
actually good, oddly enough. Like beat
I
ups
haven't had
burgers
one.
are,
I
are
haven't
pretty
had
good.
one of those. But speaking strictly for the chicken, though, I feel like all they do is cover up their mistakes with their sauces,
I get that.
and that's it. And
Yeah, B Dubs is if I want to get just cheap wings quick.
Yeah.
If I haven't
'Cause,
pooped
like,
in a while,
I can DoorDash B Dubs from my house, and they will be at my door within half an hour. So it's just like easy for me. Like,
Yeah.
I want wings,
Sure.
cool. But
Yeah.
then again, Langles, like I can get wings from Langles too, because them motherfuckers are
yeah, those
big.
are.
They're
Yeah, I don't
massive.
Yeah.
They got the
Yeah.
steroid chickens over there.
You know, I recently was able to go to the Popeyes in Cherville, the one over by
okay,
Walmart,
the nice one, yeah.
the nice one. And like, I had forgotten how good Popeyes is.
Popeyes.
Yeah,
Did you
because the
try
one in
that
Griffin's dog shit.
strawberry thing we were talking about last
Oh, the
time?
strawberry biscuit.
No, I didn't. I don't think they had it.
Oh, they
I
might
didn't
be.
see
They
it
might.
on the
No,
menu.
they might not carry it anymore.
Yeah, but I went there and I got some chicken. I got like the biscuit. I got honey for it. I
Oh
got,
yeah,
like-
that's
Oh my god, it was so good. And it's like the one by us has been so shitty for so long.
so bad.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I feel.
I just
good
always feel like
Popeyes
it's
can be.
closed.
I gave
I feel
up.
like
The one
once
in-
a month. Like I feel like once a month we shit on the fucking Popeyes and
They
Griffith.
just
Yeah, man. The one in Hammond fucking burned down. The one in Griffith like barely
Dog
fucking
shit.
works.
Yeah, they open.
one on here's
They
good.
open like
Yeah.
2 times a day, and they just throw chicken out the window at you.
That's how I feel about
They
Burger
fight you for the rest of it.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about Burger Kings now. No matter where you go, they're
And
all
that's funny
bad.
because there's 2
Yeah.
Burger Kings
Yeah.
by you guys,
Dude.
and both of them suck.
Yeah.
The
Well, the
Hammond
one-
Burger King is fucking. They're solid as fuck.
really.
They,
The one-
by
The
your
one
house?
in Griffith is
Yes.
The one on 45th is dog shit.
the one on 45th is dog shit. The one on Ridge Road in Griffith
Yeah.
is also dog shit, but they're closed now. Their sign,
no shit.
their sign has
Oh,
said
no shit.
temporarily closed for like a month and a half.
Oh no, kidding. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I
I saw
haven't
the
been over there in a
Dunkin'
while.
Donuts signs and all that is up for the one in Highland.
Oh, yeah.
That they replaced Brewfest with.
Brewfest, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of that, the BK in Hammond, like, because it's the one right by Purdue Cal.
Yeah.
And I used to go there all the time when I was in college. And
I went there too. Yeah,
they're
all
good,
the time.
dude.
I used
All
to
the
get there
time.
because I would have my early classes, and I would go there to get French toast sticks.
oh,
and
their
a fruit
French toast sticks were so good.
Yeah.
They got one of those little booths where they'll put the
I
fucking
was just about
guy.
to say that. I was
Yeah.
getting there. That's why I brought it up.
Oh
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
It's like the middle of summer. I used to work down the street from there too. It'd be like the middle of summer, like hot as fuck outside, and there's just some poor person standing in a booth with like a little fan,
Yeah, dude.
just dying of heat stroke for minimum wage.
Yeah.
Those poor bastards.
Dude, there's a dude there now because like I'll usually go there sometimes when I'm coming home late because they stay open till like 2 a.m.
Right.
And they're just quick. They're quick as fuck. And the dude that's always in that little booth, he's big. He's bigger than you.
Yeah.
He's like 6'4". He's just a big dude. But he's always in there just like with a t-shirt, like
Chilling.
relaxing. Like it could be fucking -2 like it was last week.
Just hasn't found a way out yet.
They keep feeding the Whoppers, like he's just stuck in there.
Was it that scene from Bubble Boy with Zach Galifianakis?
Oh my God, Bubble Boy.
But he's like chained by the ankle to like he's working that little booth and he's like, please help me. He's like, I've been chained here for 3 days.
My thought was Family Guy when Peter opened up a food truck and got so fat he got stuck in it.
Oh my god.
That was my first thought, but you know.
Oh god.
But yeah, that poor person moved. And it's funny that you mentioned like he's bigger than me because as a big dude, like the cold is different now. Like I don't get cold like I used to, man. I got this
shit.
the whole fat thing sustaining me at this point.
Yeah, he's just chilling in that booth every time I see him.
Hey man.
Yeah.
He is hot. It's warm in here.
Yeah. Oh dude, he's probably hotboxing the fuck out of that thing too.
Oh, he has to be.
Oh yeah.
He has to be.
Doing a late night shift.
Oh yeah, dude, just imagine like you're sitting in a fucking booth in Hammond outside at 1 a.m. What else you gonna do? What are you doing?
You pull up, it's just like white smoke. filled.
It is open. And it's fine. Nobody's gonna snitch on him. He's cool.
He's like eating onion rings.
Right. But you won't. But yeah, that Burger King is a good one though. That has fond memories of college for me right there.
Yeah.
You guys ever go
Did
to
I know you when we were in college? When we were at Purdue?
No, were we at? We must have been there at the same time.
I
at
don't
least
think
for-
we were actually.
When did you graduate?
I never graduated.
Oh,
I didn't graduate
when
college.
were you there till?
I was at Purdue Cal in 06.
Oh, then definitely not. 'Cause I was still in high school.
Yeah, I'm old. Anyways. This is my 20-year high school reunion, actually.
Sorry.
It's my 20-year high school reunion session.
Mine too.
It's fucking-
I ain't going. But
If I get invited, I'm going to go. If I get invited, I'm going to go.
Mine will be in 2 years.
I got invited to my 10-year one. Did not go.
I did not get invited to my 10-year. They forgot about me.
I won't go to that one either.
Did I ever tell you guys about my 10-year high school reunion?
No.
Okay, quick little story time.
Okay.
This guy set up like an event page on Facebook when Facebook, I don't know, this was 7 years ago, something like that. So he has a bunch of tickets he's trying to sell, and it was supposed to be at Zayo Island, and it was going to be like, you get like a burger, 2 beers, and it was going to be something at Zayo Island, and then they're going to do an after party at somebody's house. It was just
Okay.
like the most
Wow.
bogus shit ever.
Hell yeah.
And like a bunch of
So
people.
like a 6-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah, and a bunch of
I
people
mean-
fucking bought tickets. But the thing was, on the event page, he invited people from classes of 2003 all the way to like 2013.
Oh shit!
What?
Why?
Wow.
So like all these people fucking
into
were buying
trafficking?
tickets, and then like I don't know, like maybe a month beforehand, just closes the fucking page. Close the event page.
What?
Yeah, and everybody's on Facebook. Like it was. I don't remember his last name. It was Devin something.
Were they like sending him money?
Yeah, people had like sent him money
No
through
shit.
PayPal.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, your name's on the list. Like, I'm gonna email you a fucking ticket or whatever the fuck.
Get out.
And I didn't plan on going either way
Dude,
because I was
Stan
like,
is
I'm not
entire high
I'm not
school.
paying money to go to a fucking house party. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Like, there's
Yeah, he invited 6 classes,
10 years worth of classes.
10 years worth of classes
10 years worth of classes. Yeah.
to this.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, so
That's impressive.
Yeah, and then he just, like I said, closed the page. And I don't know how many tickets he sold, but I know like at least probably over 50 people had like bought tickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my senior reunion, they forgot to invite me, which is hilarious. So it's hilarious thinking about me, the person I am now, versus back then, because you guys probably can imagine people forgetting about me. Like,
Yeah.
No, yeah.
so they forgot to
you're-
invite me.
It's a very forgettable person.
Back then, I definitely was.
Apparently.
So I was working at Best Buy at the time, and this dude I went to high school with just randomly popped in there. I went to high school in the city of Maryville, not at Maryville. And this dude I went to high school with just walked in, and he was like looking for something. So I'm like, I'm just chopping up. I haven't seen him since high school, so we're just catching up. So I'm like, what are you doing? Da, 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 how you been? Da, da, da. And I'm like, man, like, so what's going on with our high school reunion? I haven't heard anything about that. He's like, oh, yeah, the invites are going to have been out for this happening in like 2 months.
What?
Oh, interesting. So later on that day, I get an invite on Facebook. Like he must have told somebody, and they invited me. I'm like, oh, that's funny. But it was the same day as a beer fest I was going to already. It was 350 Fest year 2. Like, okay, there's 50 breweries or my high school reunion.
That was when 350 was really good.
Yes, and it had a dude like MXPX played,
Yeah.
Bayside played.
Prime time. 350.
Like it was a great show. Like there was a bunch of bands playing, a bunch of beers there, like a bunch of food. I'm like, I already paid for this anyways. I'm going to that, obviously. So it turns out, I found out later on that the high school reunion was at Buddy and Pals in Crown Point.
Of course it was.
Right. It was $50 for your thing for it. They had it in like the private room at the Buddy and Pals in Crown Point. They like has a private room there. That was in that private room, but your ticket wasn't all you can drink. It was like all you can drink until the money runs out. The entertainment
So
was
whoever
a
can drink the
Whoever's
fastest.
thirstiest. wins.
exactly. Then the music was whatever band was playing there that night.
Awesome.
Then like I said, it was $50, but they took half of that and donated it back to the high school for our class. Now you all know where I went to high school at. You have to pay to go there.
What the
So
fuck?
Yeah.
my parents paid, I don't know, like $25,000 for me to go to this fucking school. And you want me to give them more money?
Absolutely not.
Get the fuck
That's
out
why
of
my
here.
high school sends me like requests for donations all the time.
All the time.
All
Mhm.
the time.
Mine
and I'm
used
like,
to,
are
but
you fucking kidding me?
That's
You know what was really weird about that? Mine used to always send them to me everywhere I moved. I never gave them my
They
new
find you.
address.
They find
Yeah.
you.
Like, how the fuck do you know?
They found me after I moved.
How do you know?
Yeah.
They haven't found me here yet. Yet.
It's coming.
The key word is yet.
terrifying.
When there's money involved, it's coming.
Yep.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Begging ass motherfuckers, make it out of here.
They had my 10-year anniversary on Black Friday.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
November.
Yeah, that's weird.
Of
That's
all
really
months.
weird.
Black Friday.
You have a whole year.
yeah, I think
Let's pick the winter.
I think a dozen people went. The
Yeah.
day that nobody wants to do anything. Also,
Other than like shop, yeah.
well, yeah, or just be comatose.
Yeah, because
From
you
the-
just ate a bunch
Yeah,
of food
from
with
the
your
day
family,
prior, and
hopefully.
they chose Black Friday.
I was just not interested in going to my high school
There's
reunion.
that side too.
I
Yeah.
didn't. All my friends went to Highland or Griffith. Like I didn't really have a lot of friends at Ileana.
Sure.
They all were at Highland and Griffith, and
Yeah.
I had like a couple people that I still talk to, just because like we're friends on Facebook and we were cool when we were in high school. But
Sure.
for the most part, I don't talk to any of those people anymore. So it's like I didn't talk to you in high school. Why would I talk to you 10 years later?
Right. Like I keep the people that I want to talk to from high school, I keep in touch with.
Exactly.
And that's like 2 people.
Yeah.
So fuck off.
Exactly.
Like I have, if you're on my
Bye.
Facebook, then that's cool too. But like, actively keep in touch
Yeah.
with this maybe, and they weren't even in my class.
Plus,
I
like,
was really glad
most-
that our class page got hacked, and somebody started like offering like like hoodies and whatnot, and this that, and the other. It was,
That's
and it was
funny.
clearly a hack. Like,
Like,
I have the perfect excuse to leave now.
Plus, like most of my high school is like faulty anyway. So
Yeah, we
those people.
we got yep.
That's a topic for another day.
That's another one.
That's another pod for another day.
Indeed. So speaking of pods, we're 19 and we're about to be 20 minutes into this bad boy. So let's hop into it. There's a lot with this topic anyway, so we're gonna be in this one for a minute. So, the most missingest man in America. I love that term because he honestly was though. Like they still. The mystery is still
the most
the Amelia Earhart of the land.
Oh, indeed. This dude
He's more missing than so many other people.
so extra strength missing, dude's name was Judge Crater. There's a lot to the story, so I'm just gonna hopefully dive in. You guys can pop in when you want to. I'm gonna go for it because I have like a chronological list of what happened to this dude. There's 5 theories I think on what could have possibly happened to why he went missing, and they're all
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Yeah, there's a lot of good theories about this dude. So Judge Crater was a Supreme Court justice in New York. He went missing in August 6th, 1930. So. Technology-wise, I mean, it's the 30s, so there was at least radio. You could at least have the papers. You had word of mouth. You had
Fingerprints just became a thing.
Yeah, and the dude was a Supreme Court justice, so I mean, it wasn't like he was. He definitely was well known when it came to who he rubbed elbows with. I mean, he was not only rubbing elbows with other politicians. He got appointed by FDR. So
while he was a governor of New York State,
right? While he was governor of New York, so he was poised to become essentially when FDR was going to be elected to president, he was poised to become a Supreme Court judge for the country. He was going to have a great career essentially ahead of him. This is New York in the 30s, so imagining, if you will, like this is Prohibition era. This is New York. So we're thinking speakeasies. We're talking about mafia. We're talking about a lot of things are going on in New York at this time.
So he was appointed to fill a vacated spot. Mm-hmm. That was and then he would be elected
right
for the state supreme the next go.
Yeah, the next time.
They would like it if he were.
Well,
that would be the plan.
Essentially, if he were to get elected, his life was set.
Right,
he was set up for life. He was gonna be doing pretty good. So the story begins. He is in Maine at a lake house with his wife. So he's there at the lake house, gets a call. Rushes away to New York. Allegedly, according to his wife, we're going to get to her later. She said that he had to go straighten somebody out. He said he had to straighten somebody out, drove back to New York, and he said that he'll be back by her birthday. Her birthday was later on in August.
The 9th.
Yeah. So
that's some fucking 1930s shit right there. You're on vacation with your wife.
Get a mysterious phone call.
I gotta go fucking take care of you.
I gotta go take care of you.
I'll be back in
it's
2
my
days.
birthday. Like, I know it's your fucking birthday. I'll be back in fucking 6 days.
Don't worry. Hold your horses. I'll be back.
Right.
Did you just channel the chick from
Don't get your
Ghostbusters?
panties in a twist.
The
desk lady?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember her name. Before you said
I don't
it.
have a fucking clue. It's an old world name though, whatever it was.
I can picture her, but I cannot remember her name right now either. Damn, that's unfortunate. Somebody look it up. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going, but somebody get into that. So as I said, he was supposed to be back by the time her birthday hit. He was not. So she picks up his phone book or Rolodex and starts calling everybody. So as I mentioned before, this dude was a state Supreme Court justice for New York. He had a lot of powerful friends. He knew a lot of powerful people. So she started calling people. So like, hey, I don't know where this man is, but she also knew that he had a penchant for having affairs. So
He loved the horse.
he indeed did. I'm going to get to those later too.
Showgirls.
He was there was a few of them. There was actually a prostitute involved for the story too.
Yeah.
There's a prostitute.
Yeah.
There is some showgirls. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, you got to think though. It's like 1930s New York. Anything that happens in New York is like the biggest thing in the fucking world.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know,
Big time.
That's like that is the only tabloid really. You know, well, not one.
So
woman.
yeah, but this didn't make the papers yet. So he wasn't even pronounced missing yet. So she was just calling everybody, trying to find him. And everybody was like, "Oh, well, I'm sure he's just working, or I'm sure he's just doing this." Pretty much all of his friends cover for him. They're like, "Oh, well," because they all know he likes.
Shit, it's his wife.
Yeah, right. Like, oh shit, exactly.
Because they were all cheating on their wives too.
Exactly. Every one of them.
They're not gonna.
All the dames.
I'm gonna
he's
cover
probably,
for him, so he covers
He
for
was
me.
just
Exactly.
here. He had a meeting. He was just here a second
Right,
ago.
I just saw him.
I don't know where he went.
A meeting of the cheeks.
He went to the bathroom.
By the way, the Ghostbusters clerk was named Janine.
Of course it was. Of course she was.
Janine.
Oh, he's on the
Melnitz.
ceiling.
Janine
Oh,
Melnitz.
he's on the ceiling. Get him.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. But yes, that's exactly what I'm imagining, especially for most of the story. So, but yeah, like I mentioned before, he was very, very well known as ladies' man. He went partying. He went to speakeasies. He went to the shows. Like he went to the Broadway shows. He was out there. His nickname was Good Time Joe. So, Good Time Joe
Time Joe.
was in the streets.
The most
Ain't nobody-
honest and lazy nickname.
Ain't nobody gonna rat
It was
on
the
Good
30s.
Time Joe.
That's how it was back then.
It was the 30s. It was fine.
Jimmy,
Keep it
Jimmy
simple.
2 times.
Jimmy.
Actually, there is. I have a nickname for another dude in here. Like we're gonna get there, but
Yeah, he's not related to Joey Two Pumps.
that unfortunate guy.
Well, there's Joey Two Pumps and then Two Pump Joey. Don't get them
Of
confused.
course not. They're cousins.
Yep. So Stella, his wife. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned her name earlier. So Stella is his wife. This man's still missing. She eventually sends her driver to New York to find the man. She's like, "Hey, I need you to go and find my fucking husband. I'm sure he's out there with some dame doing some things he shouldn't be doing. Find him. Make sure he's okay. Let me know. Report back to me." Blah 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 blah. So he goes there to Joe's apartment and finds a bunch of unopened mail. Pretty much just a lot of signs showing that he had not been there in a while. So obviously he reports back. August, they didn't really they still didn't take it seriously. Like all of the people that she contacted, nobody took it seriously still. It was August 25th. He had not shown up for work. That's when people got worried. It's like, okay, like Joe may be at many things, but
Yeah.
he shows up for work.
We didn't mention that. He was vacationing they were vacationing until court resumed.
Yeah, court was out.
Later that month. That's why they're going to have such an elongated vacation. Must be fucking nice.
Must be fucking nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, forgot about that.
Yes, I did forget to mention that. It is true. So yeah, 25th didn't show up for work. The NYPD actually did start investigating this. Now, as you just mentioned, Deej, the problem with the big thing about New York is anything that happens there is in fact a big deal. So if that makes it to the tabloids and the headlines, this is going to be blown up essentially because this is the biggest news in the country. The police want to start investigating it. They did, but they did it really quietly. So they found out where he was the night of his disappearance. So August 6th, like I mentioned before, he was out to eat with some friends, and he got into a taxi. That's the last time anybody confirmed to see him at that point.
Specifically an attorney, which I think is interesting.
Yeah,
William Klein.
William Klein, yes. So William Klein was the man who was who the police did speak with about that. But William Klein was also known to deal in showgirls, essentially. So he knew he would know and help promote and help get jobs to showgirls, and he would also help his friends get to know, quote unquote, these showgirls. So he was essentially a pimp.
DJ, would you like to fill in there? Horse. That's what he was supposed to say.
Yeah. I think I did say that at the beginning. I said
Well,
he was
you did at the
That's
beginning.
why I was leaving it open for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You failed it. Whatever.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
threw you an alley-oop, man. I don't know what happened
Like-
there.
Yeah, it would.
Yep, should have had you. The horse, man.
Right.
Next time,
the horse.
be on top of it.
Sally Lou Ritz was
The
the
dames.
show girl that was
The
there.
broads.
Yeah,
Broads.
the dames,
The
the broads, the horse.
Sally Lou Ritz was the whore that was there at the chop house.
So, Elaine Dawn was the current showgirl, well, one of the showgirls that he was having an affair with. Now, his wife knew about the affairs. Everybody knew about the affairs. It's fine.
Open secret.
It was really, open because the elite. They're the elite. They cheat on people because they get away with it, and nobody bats an eye about it. But the thing is, again, they try to keep this quiet because one, being in the headlines is bad publicity. Two, FDR being attached to this Democratic slate with him could hurt his campaign as well. So he didn't want to lose any votes, didn't want to jeopardize his campaign. Keep it quiet. Let's find this dude. Let's keep it moving. Especially when dude's having an affair, because the newspaper gets a hold of that, they're going to run with it, and they did. So somebody in the police force leaked this news to the papers. Papers started running a story about it. Elaine Dawn was the woman that he was having an affair with, like I mentioned before. She also was missing. So at the time, she was missing. So they couldn't find him, couldn't find his mistress. Maybe he ran away with her. So that was one of the theories. Is that he ran away with this woman. He took out. There was a whole thing about him taking out money. He took out $5,000. He had an assistant. I'm sorry.
Correct. 5,150.
Which is equivalent to about $90K now.
Yeah.
And he took out of money. That same day, he was at the office. He was seen burning papers, destroying papers, but putting a bunch of other papers in boxes, having the boxes sent to his car.
Yeah.
So the thing about Good Time Joe is, well, Good Time Joe was a good time. He didn't really worry about much. He was actually really calm. He
shred.
So that was out of character for him. So his assistant seeing him like taking out this kind of money, secretly taking out money, him destroying papers, him asking his assistant to run the papers down to he called a taxi, had his assistant take the papers to the taxi while he waited at a window looking around. Like he was trying to hide. He was hiding behind, I think they said like a pillar, and looking around real suspiciously. After the
Peeking out.
exactly, acted real suspicious, and then after the papers were in the car, he waited a minute, then went to the car himself. So it was all very, very strange. Again, him running away with one of his mistresses could have been a possibility, especially this one because she was gone too. However, that theory was then debunked because they actually did find her. I can't remember what the disease was, but I know what caused it. So
Syphilis?
gonorrhea.
Oh, okay.
Actually, so it was a disease that was caused because she had gonorrhea, but it was like really aggressive gonorrhea, apparently. And,
I mean,
Jeez.
it's nothing I would call mild anyway.
Aggressive gonorrhea.
yeah, apparently it was so bad that it caused another health issue. I can't remember what it was. I didn't.
You don't want to hear those two words together.
No. That's disgusting. Anyways, but she last saw him on August 4th. So she did, in fact, see him when he came back to the city, but she didn't see him after the 4th. Again, he went missing on the 6th. So she was, again, out of the picture for that part. But there was another woman of the night, another woman of the show. That'd be June Bryce. Another performer. There was at the time that they were looking at Elaine Dawn, an anonymous tip came in actually about June Bryce. So another dancer, another lady of the evening.
Another damn dirty dame.
Yeah, another damn dirty dame. I really feel like watching Dick Tracy after this.
I always mean to revisit that movie.
You should.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
I want to.
It's a good time.
I know it won't live up, and that Al Pacino's in it, and he probably shouldn't be, but I want to watch it again.
It's fine.
If I get real high and watch that, that'll be like the best time ever.
You should do that later on.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday. You're off. Who cares? Mm-hmm. It's fine. Just get Judo next to you and throw on some Dick Tracy. It's good stuff there.
Oh, actually, speaking of programs, if people want to know what this time period was like, again, with the Cavalier Attitudes and the whores.
A lot of them.
Boardwalk Empire. Anybody watched it?
Never have.
That was pretty good. And it's all this era.
I got a bunch of stuff on Tammany Hall. I don't know if you got anything.
Oh, I'm getting there later.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I
do
I'll
too.
go. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Love
we're
that you
gonna.
call shows programs. Like my grandpa does that.
I said program?
Yeah. Speaking of programs.
Over here drinking my
I pronounced the A.
Over here drinking my drink and almost freaking spit it out. Thanks, B. Like my grandpa.
Yeah. It's adorable. Little old man things.
Well, I mean, Ben, you are the oldest of us.
This is true. Brandy also just called me adorable in an indirect way, and there is a window right there that I'm considering leaving.
Be bold. Go through that one. Go through the other one.
Damn it.
I just picture like your beard floating you down like fucking Mary Poppins.
like a flying squirrel.
It's on his arms like a fucking.
Hell yeah.
Can we get somebody to draw a picture of
I
that?
was saying that's the next one.
That in a
Here
fire
comes
He
Ben.
just like weaves it into a parachute really fast.
Here comes Ben to save the day.
God damn it, cousin it. Anyways.
We almost have a whole super team. We have Ben in the flying squirrel outfit. We got Captain Puerto Rico.
Yep. Yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Damn.
Through our Avengers.
God, I wish John had been there for the video one.
Yeah.
He's not Puerto Rican?
Oh, man. Yeah, shout out to the Panel Network. All right. So, June Bryce. Again, there was an anonymous tip about her sent to police when they were investigating Elaine. So, the tip was to look into her. They didn't again, anonymous, didn't know who sent it. So they told the police to look into what she was up to. So, the rumor is that the night that he left eating they left dinner, he said he was going to a Broadway show. In fact, he might have been going to meet up with June. So after he went missing, they looked into June. She also went missing, and apparently she was known to have run schemes with her boyfriend. So her boyfriend was known for blackmailing people for money. So even though she was a dancer, showgirl, what have you, her boyfriend would exploit that fact for money, essentially.
So he would figure out or she would tell him who she's messing around with, and he would blackmail those men.
Yep, exactly. There's a few of those, by the way. So this is the first one that of these people that did it.
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the next guy too. He has a fun nickname.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Is it Bugsy?
No, it's even better than that. I'm gonna get there. So according to the roommate, at this time, June is missing as well. So a lot of people go missing.
Everybody's missing. Why is everybody missing?
Because this was the day and age to go missing.
Yeah.
Apparently.
This was the day and age when you mailed kids.
I mean,
Yeah, this is prime
Literally.
time, like mafia, fucking underground. You
if you want to go missing, do it in this
Tammany
era.
Hall makes it interesting if the mob ever would have existed, if that infrastructure didn't already exist before it.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
we're gonna cross that bridge.
without, because that was something I thought about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna cross that bridge. So back to June. So June's roommate heard our missing man come into to their apartment because he was again being blackmailed. So June's boyfriend had pretty much said like, "Hey, I know who you are. I know what you do. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need money. Like, pay me. Blah 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 blah." There came to be
I like the tone. I know what you're about.
I know what you're about.
You disgust me. Pay me.
Right, pretty much. Or I'm going to expose you to everybody else. Because they knew how important his job was.
Right.
Especially him being attached to FDR. at the time.
Sharks smell blood in the water.
Exactly. So he was trying to get that bread. So what happened is they end up getting to a scuffle.
You're never allowed to bring candy again.
He brings candy every time he's here.
I know. I don't even mean it. I'm just mad.
So, according to the roommate, there was a fight did break out, and June's boyfriend was the one who killed Good Time Joe. He was the one who did it, and June ended up escaping, running away, changed her name a bunch of times, and they completely lost track of her. Years later, they found out where she was. So when she had left, she changed her name a few times, went to a few hotels, and kept running across country. Well, they ended up finding her eventually, years later, in an insane asylum. She checked herself into an insane asylum. Apparently, the information that she had broke her brain just due to stress because she thought that her boyfriend was going to kill her too, for knowing that he killed Joe. So, Judge Crater, whatever you want to call him. So because of that, she ended up losing her mind, essentially. When they eventually found her, she had gone mad. She was clinically insane. And when asked about it...
Girl, I'm like 3 steps away from that right now.
I like to think she was just doing
You used to be 4. Things are going bad.
I like to think she was just doing the Ace Ventura routine.
Yep, way before. She was the inventor of it. Indeed.
Thank you, DJ. Break time!
Yeah.
So when she was asked about it, she was quoted saying, "We must not remember the things that make us mad." So, again, pointing to the fact that it might have been her boyfriend that did it.
Sounds like an Alice in Wonderland quote.
It actually really does. It makes it creepier.
It sounds like the Cheshire. Sounds like the Cheshire Cat.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. But yeah. So she lost her mind. Obviously, that's not usable in court, so they couldn't really.
You ever want to just lose your mind? You ever want to just give in, just be like, I'm crazy now. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I love those memes where the dude's like, when somebody gives you shit, fuck it. Crash out. I don't got nothing positive to say.
I like the be a man Ones you ever see
Yeah.
that? Like,
Those are my. I actually bought 2 copies of that dude's book and gifted them to people for Christmas.
I enjoy those specifically because you can hear people laughing in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's too cold outside. Deal with it. Be a man.
Yeah. Yep. The last one I saw of him was "Don't be a woman, be a man."
Yeah.
Like, all right, dude.
And the look at his face
Yep.
always sells it and everything.
Well, you got it, dude.
That guy's funny.
It's like somebody writes it and it's probably like he just reads it for the first time and he's like, God damn it.
I swear, I think he reads it off a cue card or something.
I hope so. That
Yeah,
make a lot of sense.
That guy's funny.
Yep. So the next theory of what might have killed him, or person that might have killed him, we're still in the horse thing though. So ladies of the ninth, we're still sticking with the trollops.
horse.
Sticking with the trollops right now. So Club Abbey was the name of the speakeasy that was in New York, one of the newer ones. You know, one of those again hot nightclub. Has some famous comedians go there, famous musicians played there. Another place where these ladies of the night would be at and you know doing things. Dancers, entertainers, if you will.
Purveyors of gonorrhea.
Ah, yes, the oldest profession. So, the thing about this place, and again, speakeasies, of course, getting the alcohol from.
Was it your
Rookie
first
move.
day?
Sorry. I got a notification and I opened it and I was like, oh, nope.
We're boring,
Sorry.
Brandy.
Yeah, apparently she just gave up on this conversation.
She's shopping for Carhartt hats.
Oh, jeez. Anywho, so like most speakeasies back then, this of course has mafia ties, run by the mafia. This one in particular, this is going to be the fun nickname, by the way. I was waiting to get to.
Oh, yeah.
It was run by Legs Diamond. His nickname was Legs. Legs.
Fucking legs.
Fucking Legs.
That's one of the Simpsons mob guys.
God damn it.
His legs, I think.
It's got to be like so shitty to be like just a little Italian kid and some guy is just like, hey, legs.
Legs.
And that's it. You're
Legs,
fucking
get over
legs
here.
forever.
Because you wore short pants that day.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or like someone calls you eyebrows or like
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, most likely his legs were probably different lengths.
I actually
that's-
know why it was called Legs. I'm
Oh,
going to get there,
oh,
but
please,
I
continue.
almost only got to speculate for a minute there. But yeah,
It's usually a deformity. I feel
Yeah.
like
It was like his gym coach. He was like, legs. You with the legs.
he couldn't clear a hurdle.
Yeah. And then it was over from then on.
so Jack Legs Diamond. We're going to call him Legs, of course, because obviously.
Because Jack Diamond doesn't sound like a fucking
Like
nickname
'cause he-
already.
Yeah,
Sounds
his
like a
last
fucking
name
blues
is
artist.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Like he had everything set up to go really well for him, nickname wise, and then someone had to call him Legs.
Yep. He was actually called Legs for a few reasons. One was a play on the fact that he always got away from the cops when he ran away. The other one was apparently he was a really good dancer. So there's that, which is hilarious
They
thinking
saw
about
him dance, like, look at the legs on this guy.
like just imagine like a 1920 gangster being known for being a good dancer.
Yeah.
It's not intimidating at all.
No.
He did kill a few people though, so there's that. But anyways,
Like he gets done dancing and nobody claps, and he's like,
Yep.
anybody gonna clap for me or what?
I'm dancing here. I'm dancing here.
he killed 2 people in his club and did not get convicted for it. So it was very public too. Like he killed them like
They should have clapped.
apparently they saw thinking
Fucking
that
roundhouse kicked him to death.
Chuck Norris is older than we thought.
Like, that's why they call him legs.
oh jeez. So Legs was a part of a few things. It actually was more famous than I had known before I started researching this. Like he was a part of remember like the White Sox World Series scheme. Yeah, he was a part of that.
Oh, the fixing?
Yeah, the Black Sox.
Yeah.
That's what I prefer to call them. But
Yeah, what? Oh, God, that wasn't. It starts with an A. It's not Albert Anastasia. That's the other guy.
I should have written it down.
Fuck. Oh, God, it was like the best gambler this country has ever seen.
Something like that.
And because he got pulled in on that,
Mm-hmm.
it was almost the start of Rico, in a sense. It was like
Whoa.
it was like the grandfather of Rico and how the mob would fall in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
Oh, that was driving me nuts. Anyway,
you have the
It
internet.
was 8 Chicago White Sox players conspired with professional gamblers to lose the 1919 World Series
Yep.
to Cincinnati Reds.
Right.
Does it say?
but
Does it say
the name
who?
of the gambler.
Name of the gambler?
Let's see.
I'm going to be so mad when he says it. He's literally in Boardwalk Empire, too. He's a huge character in it.
I'll get back to you. Let me read this.
All right, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So, like June Bryce, good old Legs had a similar scheme. This one was involving Vivian Gordon, another lady of the night. So Vivian Gordon had a problem with everybody in authority in New York. She had a bad childhood and bad life in general, and just kind of hated people of authority. So anything she could do to get back to them, she would do, including doing them. So
Arnold Rothstein.
Rothstein.
God, Arnold Rothstein.
What a Jew.
He was.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just gonna let that happen.
Huge with Luciano
Yeah.
and all the, like, he's the reason Maranzano and all them left all around this time. It's a tumultuous period.
Indeed. Yeah, he was apparently a part of that as well.
Yeah, Arnold Rothstein was the name we're looking for. I'm so mad at myself for forgetting.
Yep. So, oh my God.
Don't look at me. What?
The Jew thing.
I don't. Okay.
Just gotta let it rip sometimes.
Maybe. Okay. So, Vivian Gordon, another prostitute. She ended up taking the judge back to her house. They might have done a thing or two.
Showed her his gavel. Look at Brandy's eyes right now.
I don't have an answer for that. Okay.
I'm not expecting you to have one. That's all right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You ride with him.
I was nice.
I don't know if I'm gonna get nice 2 times in a row. Way here and way back.
Nobody ever does.
All the mean is bubbling to the surface.
Yeah, he's only yelled once in this podcast, so it's not that bad today.
There's no communists to talk about.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
This must really be frustrating for you.
That was the most passive aggressive thing you've ever fucking said. It must be really frustrating for you to have nothing to contribute. You piece of shit.
I mean, I'm gonna let's take over here in a minute anyway, so I'm gonna get to that Tammany Hall stuff, but
I'm just enjoying Brandy being back.
it is nice. It is nice
Thanks,
to
guys.
have the balance.
I missed y'all.
Yeah, this is nice. It's nice having you back. So yeah, Vivian Gordon, the whore. So the lady of the night. So she takes Judge Crater back to her room. Whatever happens, and Legs, good old Legs, comes in to extort and blackmail this judge. So pretty much,
I bet you heard him walking in.
I was going to say, ironically, using the doorknob to open the door rather than kick it.
Roadhouse.
Diamond. Legs diamond.
Oh man! So he told Judge Crater, like, hey, I want money and I want a case dismissed that I have going on right now. So as you had mentioned before, when he had dinner with a lawyer.
Yeah, the lawyer and the showgirl,
Yeah.
Sally Lou Ritz and William Klein.
Right. Yeah.
Opposite order, but
Yeah. So that might have been what he was doing there, was trying to get a case dismissed, essentially. Well, it didn't work. The case was not being dismissed. Instead, he was like, hey, I have $5,000. I'll give you this instead if you let me go with this. The rumor is that Legs didn't go for it and ended up killing him. And then Vivian was going to testify and was also killed. So they found her body though. Like, she was found in the park. Like, they found her ass immediately damn near. So like she was killed very publicly. Judge Crater, not so much. That was another theory. Now, Tammany Hall, I know you wanted to get into some of that, so I'll let you take over.
Apparently me and DJ both went heavy on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tammany Hall was a cool little.
Yeah,
I'm taking a break. You got it.
Yeah, because
Tammany
I'll
Hall
get some
boss
damn candy.
tweed, basically.
yeah,
A bit of
and,
true
well,
story.
because I found it interesting because the overarching presence it has in this, and then remembering from school how far back that actually started, but you don't really, you just in school you only hear about Tammany Hall and then you move on, like every fucking thing else.
The name sounded so familiar, and I just couldn't remember
Yeah.
anything. But I was like, I know I've heard that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember not really being given context on it. And yeah, Tammany Hall, formerly known as the Society of St. Tammany or the Columbian Order, and I believe as in Columbus, I believe.
Yeah.
Columbian spelled with a U. So, was a powerful political organization that dominated New York City politics for much of the 19th and early 20th centuries. It is often remembered as a symbol of political corruption and patronage, but also played a role in aiding immigrants, especially Irish Americans. Let's see here, 1789 to the 1830s. Founding of Tammany Hall was 1789 as a social club for pure Americans, and it's kind of all over the place, honestly. It was named after Chief. I only saw this written. I didn't hear it pronounced, but Tomaned.
Yeah.
Legendary Lenape leader. Political shift.
Lenape.
Huh? Lenape. I don't know how I'm supposed to.
Lenape.
Lenape.
Yeah. you're just repeating the word I'm trying to say. You're not telling me if I'm right or wrong.
I'm saying it's pronounced Lenape.
Okay. You might just be making fun of me, is my point.
There's always a chance.
No,
This is why you're not getting nice on the way back. This is why. Because today happened. By the early 19th century, Tammany, that's her fault. Tammany began to transition into a political organization that being closely aligned with the Democratic Party. Democratic Party. I'm sorry, no, I have it written both ways. The Democratic Republican Party, the forerunner to the Democratic Party, and appealed to immigrants for promising jobs, housing, and legal assistance in exchange for political loyalty.
Yeah, well, that's part of it.
Yeah, they're leveraging people.
Yeah, that was definitely part of it. There was
Yeah.
also the money aspect to it as well.
Yeah, Tammany Hall had a really good way of putting people into power by using like charities and things like that. But they also had a kind of program to where if you did work with Tammany Hall and they put you in position, you also had to kick up money. Which typically they would ask for like a year's worth.
A year's salary.
A year's salary.
Yeah, which would be around $10,000 to $20,000, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, his money was 22.
Yeah, to be put into power, and Tammany Hall was basically in New York like a fucking powerhouse. They created the Democratic Party, made it what it was during the 30s.
City and state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Tammany Hall wanted to put you there, they were going to put you there. If they wanted to swing a vote to something, they were going to do it. And apparently make a lot of whores disappear.
Well,
A lot of whores, the whores in this time. To be a whore in 1930 New York had to suck.
Yeah, not a good time to be a whore.
The gonorrhea, the disappearances.
Yeah, man.
You're either missing, you got gonorrhea, or both.
or both.
You're missing because of the gonorrhea.
Or you're dead.
You're just
because of the gonorrhea.
You're just in a hole itching.
Yeah.
But
Jeez.
a big reason that a lot of this even took off though is it followed the Great Irish Famine. So that massive influx of Irish coming into this country helped. How am I trying to say it? Formed a base for them that wouldn't have necessarily been there had the famine not happened. So the immigrants would have been here, obviously, but not the number.
Sure.
And then William Boss Tweed by the 1860s. So again, we're
That's
talking
a whole nother,
we're talking 1930s, and we gotta go back to the 1860s to understand how much of a powerhouse this was and how it all potentially goes to the judge. But Tweed rose to power as leader of Tammany Hall. Under Tweed, Tammany became synonymous with corruption. Tweed and his associates embezzled millions of dollars from the city treasury through inflated contracts, kickbacks, and bribery.
Yeah, literally the numbers say between 30 and 200 million of money that he systematically embezzled. from New York.
Yeah,
It's pretty good back in that time.
Oh, dude, that's pretty good now. Back then, that was fucking billions of
I
dollars.
feel like he admitted to 6 when it was all done and over with,
I'm not sure.
or they tracked down, or they were able to like confirm 6, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Skipping ahead though. Where'd that?
You ever wish you could go back in time to like the 20s and grab like, a couple $100 ticket with you? And,
Yeah.
Like live like a king.
Just have the time of your life
Yeah.
for a day, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if many black people would want to go back in time, but you guys can have fun.
That's true.
That's true. We'll send you a postcard.
I mean,
We'll
technically,
leave it buried in the yard.
it
Appreciate
probably
it.
wouldn't have been great for me as a woman either. So
The God of Rit.
I would have been in that category probably.
Oh man! By the way, I looked up from the $26 million would be $94 million a day.
Yeah.
well, 95 if you round up.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, because what was it? The one that kept, because there were a lot of them, but there was one that they used routinely to kind of show the scope of the corruption. I want to say he was claiming like 200 or what would have been the equivalent of 300,000 chairs. The value of 300,000 chairs. And again, it's like everybody makes a joke about the government spending 15 grand on a hammer to cover. It was that scam.
Yep.
Essentially, he was just doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So post tweet era, tweet goes away. People start getting wise. The organization continued to dominate city politics by focusing on grassroots efforts. This is where that immigration stuff starts coming in. Key figure in Tammany's revival during this period, Murphy. Apparently, I didn't write down his first name, but here he is. Charles Francis Murphy. Sorry, emphasized discipline, reformist rhetoric, and strategic alliances. He modernized Tammany's approach, ensuring its continued relevance. Tammany remained vital to immigrant communities, especially as other political forces failed to address their needs. Peak power. This is where we are. Progressive era adjustments. Tammany, the early 20th century. Tammany adapted to challenging political climates, supporting certain progressive era reforms to maintain its influence. Alfred E. Smith and Tammany. Oh, sorry, that's my subject. Alfred E. Smith, a Tammany-backed politician, became a prominent national figure and governor of New York. His career demonstrated Tammany's continued power and its ability to produce legitimate political leaders. Reformers frequently accused Tammany of obstructing efforts to modernize city governance and reduce corruption. Challenges to power. The anti-Tammany reformers, including figures like, and I'm guessing this is who the airport is named after, Fiorello, might be saying that wrong, LaGuardia.
Okay.
Gained traction. LaGuardia's election as mayor in 1933 dealt a significant blow to Tammany's influence. The increasing diversity of New York's population, for example, Italian and Jewish immigrants, diluted Tammany's Irish-dominated base. The New Deal under FDR shifted the Democratic Party's focus away from urban political machines. Now, that part is what we really wanted to get to, in my opinion. And because FDR is the guy that appointed this guy.
Right.
And then he's going to run for election next time. So,
Yeah,
And-
because now that because this inevitably ends up to like the downfall of Tammany Hall.
the beginning.
The beginning.
The
of it,
beginning.
yeah.
Because,
it starts the investigation.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Because it would be
You
another
know.
30 years or so for it to,
Yeah.
for it to collapse.
Also, to your point, LaGuardia did get his name from there.
Oh,
from
okay.
that mayor.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
that is a
Because
I'll look it up.
Crater, like we
Which
said,
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Crater, like we said, withdrew $22,000
he did.
out, which was obviously would have been a kick up
Well-
to Tammany Hall.
Also, how he did it was suspicious because he took
Yeah.
it out of very different bank accounts, and it was
Yeah.
all different sums of money that equal to the 22K.
Yeah,
that he would have made that year.
exactly.
So
And
he was
and,
trying to hide it.
Pretty much
them when
did a
they
really
started,
poor job of it, but yes.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
started looking into everything, that's when the real investigation started on Tammany Hall. Because before then, it was just kind of like Tammany Hall does what it does. Don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? And inevitably, like I said, this was just led to this years-long investigations of like the most corrupt fucking system in America, basically at that time.
Yeah.
which would have been Tammany Hall in fucking New York.
Yeah, and we might have to talk about something else for a second here while I find it.
All right.
Because
So,
he belonged to Cayuga Club, and I'm trying to.
well,
find
he
that.
actually ran the club.
Yeah.
Was his thing. So he ran the Cayuga Club, which was one of, which was part of Tammany Hall.
Yeah,
So-
and that's what I'm trying to
Oh
find.
goodness! Oh god, I'm dying.
You good?
It's
Maria.
yeah, that's the Tammany Halls are taking me out. But yeah, so that did lead to an investigation. So, and also an associate of, and I should have separated this. I don't know why my notes were like that. But anyways, Kraus, an old friend of Carter,
Yes.
was part of Tammany Hall as well. He claimed that, now this is in 1954. This is when he came out with this claim. But he said that they had buried $90,000 of money at his home.
At Krause's vacation
home. Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
at his vacation home.
At his vacation home, which was also in Maine, I think, right?
I think it was called Brooklynville, wherever the hell it was, and it was some sort of island. I'm not sure where it was, but
Yeah.
it was his vacation home, and he would let Carter throw parties there for some
yep.
reason, which makes me
Parties.
think it's probably
With the
closer
horse.
to New York.
Yeah, probably.
I would think
Close
but
enough to get there with the horse. And then
with
get bored.
the horse. It's
The
there.
horse.
Well,
Well, you don't want bored horse.
any
Gotta
craft,
entertain the horse.
any craft that you have immediately loses buoyancy based on the amount of whores that you have on the craft.
That's just physics.
Bill, I learned it from Bill Nye.
Oh my god. I was gonna say Miss Frizzle, but that's fine. But which one's worse?
Miss Frizzle.
So he claimed that there was $90K buried at a vacation home. He went to his vacation home because he was also looking for Judge Schrader at the time, and he said that at the home the money was missing, so they had dug up the money, and that there was blood in the kitchen. He also then went on to say,
Shattered glass and whatnot too.
yeah, it looked like there was a fight
Yeah,
there.
like all over the
Like
place.
something went down.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
definitely went down, and the
Something
money
went
is now gone.
Someone went down, or people searching for shit and
Mm-hmm.
hurting themselves in the process. Mo, Larry, and Curly were the suspects, given
Obviously.
the time.
Yeah. So felt good, didn't it?
They did.
Okay.
I knew there was going to be a Three Stooges fucking noise at some point in this podcast.
Detectives Howard reporting.
So Krause also did say that Carter's body was buried at his home. So obviously the police went and investigated. They did not find a body. So again, another
And-
one of the
He was reported as being adamant about it, though, for whatever.
Yeah.
What if it
for
was
what
buried and then moved?
for whatever strange
be.
reason.
could be. There's a couple times it was buried. His body might have been buried too. So we're gonna get into that as well. Did you want me to keep going? By the way,
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm starting.
All right,
I'm
so I'm
starting to
going-
wonder if I
Just didn't
Sure.
write down.
know if I actually wrote over it.
Oh.
Because I mean, more or less, I mean, if I find it, I'll go back to it. But because there was evidence that he had pertaining to the Cayuga Club and the corruption therein. That was his financial damning, essentially,
Okay.
from the government's perspective, if I'm remembering it correctly, from his financial damning linked to Tammany Hall.
Okay.
And which would, in theory, lead somebody to say it's better if the guy goes,
Sure.
more or less. I mean, I wish I could find it so I could go into greater detail, but that was the bulk of it. Is evidence of withdrawals, and I believe it was in reference to the 22,000.
Yep. Because how we did it was real weird.
Yeah, and where he had record of that and bared witness to many of these Cayuga Club dealings and everything regarding Tammany Hall and everything, where it was now potentially coming back on him in the form of his disappearance.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
More or
I-
less.
I get that, yeah.
If I find it,
and-
I'll bring it up again. But
And that actually reminded me too. I forgot to mention earlier Vivian, the other whore, the one with legs. So you got legs, got Vivian, and then the
you got
blackmail.
legs and a whore with legs?
Oh yeah, legs went all the way up.
Scissor me timbers.
Indeed. So Vivian also did keep record, and they found the records of all the blackmail things that she did, and Judge Carter was definitely on that list. Just putting that out there. I forgot to mention that earlier. The other theory of how he might have died, which is honestly should have been their first thought, anyways. I mean, maybe in the 30s they didn't think about this, but we definitely do now. When a husband is possibly killed, who's the first person
That
we
was
look
the
at?
first thing that I thought about.
The wife.
Like when
wife.
you guys
The
were
wife.
saying that
Yeah.
he was on vacation with his wife,
Right.
And then she says that he'd got a phone call
Mm-hmm.
and just disappeared into the night.
Yep.
But he was also cheating on her.
Yep.
Like, but
Pretty
then,
openly.
But then didn't people see him after that though?
August 6th.
Yeah, so
after-
people,
yeah.
he left, he was last seen the 6th. I think he left her place at what, the 4th
Okay.
or 3rd or something like that?
Yeah, I think the 3rd. That sounds right.
Yeah, he left earlier that week. So
Yeah.
yeah, people did see him after he left their beach house in Maine.
Yeah.
Or lake house
And
in
then
Maine.
Lucy and Ethel got together to teach him a lesson.
Indeed. So let's dive into Stella Carter. So Stella, again, the wife,
You got some splaining
was
to do.
super, super sketchy. Like there's so much about her story that happened that the crime of passion, or as Linda from Bob's Burgers says, murder passion.
I was like, this is you. I got hardly anything. On
Oh,
the
I
wife.
got so much. I have a page and a half on this woman.
I went. Well, and also I didn't mean to talk over DJ. I didn't know if he had anything more on Tammany Hall.
No.
Because I didn't want to.
I just wanted to do like a brief thing of what Tammany Hall was, so people
Oh, okay. And I completely stole that.
Oh, my
from
bad,
you.
dude.
kind of understood the corruption of like what was going on at that time.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, that was it basically.
Oh, damn.
It basically
Yeah.
saying I completely stole that from him.
No, we filled the gap. We explained everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was it.
So the wife, the murder passion.
The wife.
The married whore.
That was, I swear, that was the first thing that I thought of.
Oh yeah, and you're about to think about it even more.
Maybe he did
'Cause
make
she
it
was
back
super
for-
fucking sketchy.
Maybe he did make it back for her birthday.
Ha.
Of death.
You can't ask for your
I feel like I should have used the sound more.
And the hell I can't ask.
Fair. That's on me. That's on me. All right. So Stella, the wife. So as I mentioned before in the beginning of this, when she thought he was missing, she called all of his friends trying to find him. Nobody said they saw him. Da 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 da. What was really weird is who she didn't call. She never called the cops. She did not tell the
okay.
police.
To be fair,
To be fair.
To be found.
To be fair,
he was like a judge, right?
Yep.
So she probably figured like the people that he knows know the police.
Yep.
So like if it's out there that he's missing, the police are gonna know about it.
you ain't gonna catch me in like one of these dead horses.
The only thing.
Also, maybe she knew that if maybe she knew like he had a kind of relationship with the police or something that like if
Yeah. Maybe,
that they would
yeah.
cover for him, you know?
Yeah. So
The
I'm
only,
sorry.
I was like, the only thing I like where Brandy's going.
Yes.
A little bit. I would add on there the headlines of him being successfully found. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
a scandal in of itself. So maybe why she wanted to call the police.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
just back then she probably just knew better. Like keep my fucking mouth shut.
Yeah,
That
especially
too.
if like he was
You know.
involved in like corruption shit. She was probably like, I don't want to call the cops. I don't want to get the wrong
That-
people involved in this kind of shit.
That's true too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But was not fair is she didn't report him missing for 4 weeks. It wasn't until the very ass end of August that she reported this man was missing.
She was like, God damn it, I keep forgetting to make that phone call.
Yeah, right.
There's
no-
other shit going
He's
on.
in another one of his cavernous horse.
That's
Indeed.
probably what she figured. She probably
Yeah,
didn't give a
honestly.
shit because she was like, he's probably just with some whore.
Again, you guys got to watch Boardwalk Empire. At least like a few episodes.
To get the what you're saying here.
Yeah, that's all that's going through my mind. It's-
Excuse me,
it's-
Dennis.
That's it exactly.
So what else was suspicious was she was summoned, not indicted, subpoenaed. Sure.
Peanut.
Well,
To appear in front of to appear with the DA in front of a judge to get a statement. She refused, and she stayed in Maine, so she didn't go back to New York the entire time. So not only did she not agree to work with the DA on helping find
Like, I
her
have a
husband,
pottery class tomorrow. What are you talking about? I gotta be at the courthouse.
exactly.
I ain't
The
going to
other
no
thing,
goddamn courthouse.
The other thing about this too is she ended up lying to the DA when he asked her questions over the phone. Like, okay, well, where were you at? Blah blah blah. What's this? Was reported for giving very very vague answers and also lying. So again, suspicious. You waited a month to report your husband was missing, or waited 4 weeks to report your husband was missing, and then you lied to the DA. You refused to work with the DA on a subpoena, and then you lied to the DA when he asked you questions.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen him? Like, some time ago.
Pretty much.
Do you remember where it was?
Like
Like,
a while ago.
it was around.
Here and there.
The sun
He
was
was-
up. The birds were chirping.
He
I
was
don't know why
there.
she talks like this now. But
He was there and then he was gone, and I don't know.
we were watching a squirrel.
It was cool.
He's over here. He's over there.
Right.
Lady, do you have a fucking calendar at that lake house?
You know, we really don't keep track of time out here.
Right.
It's just one of those places. You just forget what day it is.
I don't actually own a clock. You know that? I don't got
Our vacation home is in Narnia.
That makes sense.
We don't watch TV. We don't keep track of time.
Is there TV yet? I don't know.
Feeling the third degree.
We're on lake time.
So part of it, she did stay in Maine. So like I mentioned earlier, she was staying in Maine the entire time. Eventually did return to New York, where she reportedly found documents to add into evidence. She just magically found these documents.
Okay.
So she found his will. She found $6,690. She found his life insurance policies and a list.
Oh,
Yep.
she just found his
and
life
found a list of
insurance
people that owed him
policy.
money and how to collect the money.
Oh, that's so.
Oh, she found all
how
of these things.
Convenient.
in a
that
drawer.
She found these things.
All of these things she
That's
found in a
so
drawer.
incredibly convenient for her.
So, and also a letter to her, addressed to her.
that said, if I ever go missing,
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
here's,
I'm so
here's
sorry.
where you find the documents.
pretty much.
The money's on the banana stand.
So what makes this situation so much worse is that the police had searched this place for any kind of evidence. The drawer that she said that she found it in, the police had searched it 4 different times.
Yeah, but they didn't look behind the portrait of her mother-in-law
Obviously.
because that's where the safe is.
She said that the drawer that these documents in was either stuck, was locked, or it was locked and she could not find the key. The detective who went through these drawers verbatim off memory listed every single thing that was in that drawer, and these were not on them. So these documents just mystically appeared one day, and this just okay, There's also what I've mentioned earlier is she did not leave Maine. She didn't leave Maine because she didn't want to go in front of a judge. Well, the problem is that when they checked the phone records from his apartment, there was a phone call made from there in 1931 when he had been missing, when she was allegedly still in Maine. She went to his apartment and again mystically found these documents. Magically appeared one day. So Stella, get a little sketchy here. Very sketchy, actually.
I don't know. I believe her.
Murder passion.
Yeah.
Her name's in a play. She's very believable.
There's also a beer, which is apparently the cheap one in Europe. Anyways,
Stella Artois.
Artois. Anyways, so she should have been in Maine, like I mentioned before. She did not mention any of this to police. So in 1939, she actually sued the court to declare her husband legally dead in order to collect his life insurance policy. So she could not collect his policy as long as he was still legally alive, according to the courts.
Gotcha.
There was also a double indemnity policy that she had for the insurance in case he was murdered.
Oh,
So she hired a private investigator to investigate the situation and say that he was murdered,
interesting.
so that she could get the policy for that too. The insurance company did not pay out the full amount; they only paid her 2/3 of what it was actually worth. But she still got a lot of money from this PI saying that her husband was dead. Again, very, very sketchy. She then went on to finally speak to the media and told the media that she believes that Tammany Hall murdered him in order to cover up what you guys were just mentioning about them being investigated.
Yeah,
So
that
she
part
points
I
the finger
believe.
back. She points the finger back at them. Fast forwarding a little bit, 1979, the NYPD officially closes this investigation. Said it's as a cold case. They just could not figure this out. It's a cold case. until 2005. So 20 years ago, this woman named Barbara O'Brien finds.
I saw this.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So Barbara O'Brien finds a letter that was sealed from her and her grandmother's possessions, and on the front of the letter it said information on Judge Crater.
Oh, is this the don't open it until after my death in the
Did it
safety
say that
deposit
on there?
box?
Yeah, it was in the box. Yeah,
Safety deposit box?
it was in a box. They didn't say safety deposit. I think they found it amongst their belongings after
well,
grandma died.
maybe it was that. Maybe I'm assuming safety deposit box, but there was a lady.
It was a box for sure.
Yeah, there was a lady I heard about where she had it written on there. Mm-hmm. Do not open until after my death.
Okay, this might be the same thing then. Grandma's possessions, sealed envelope.
I'm gonna have something that says "Do not open until after my death," and then it's gonna have like just the most bullshit stuff in there. Like it's just gonna have like a bunch of printed out memes.
Hell yeah!
I was
but like old ones from like the early 2000s.
I was banking on like a cinnamon roll recipe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd actually be okay with that.
Yeah. A secret
Work on that.
recipe.
B, I'm gonna need you to work on that. Get back to us. So in the sealed envelope, it actually details what actually happened to Judge Crater, according to her grandmother. Her mother? I'm sorry, her mother, grandmother. It was her grandmother. So here's what had happened, allegedly, according to this account. Robert Good, her grandfather, has said that he was murdered by a corrupt cop. So here's connection. It mentions not only that he was killed, but where his body was buried at. So it gave a specific location of where to find the body at. There's a problem. I'm gonna cover that in a second here. So the corrupt cop was Burns. His last name was Burns. There were the Burns brothers. One was a cop. One was a cab driver. One was a cop. One was a cab driver.
This is the one I heard.
He got into a cab last time he was seen alive.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's think about this.
A cop and a cab driver.
The last time he was seen was getting into a cab.
Yeah.
A corrupt cop might have killed him, and there's a good chance that that Burns, this corrupt cop, had killed another witness for the mob before. So he already was rumored to have killed a state's witness that was under police protection because this dude mystically fell out of a window, out of a window in a room that Burns was guarding.
Oh.
Well, it was the year after the crash. Didn't know what happened.
But also think about the fact that this dude was a mafioso.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm kidding. The stockbrokers at the window thing never happened.
Anyways,
unless they were connected.
So let's remember that he owed a dude named Legs wanted him to get rid of a case against him. He refused. There was a thing with a prostitute named Vivian, who, when she went to go testify to this whole scheme here, was murdered. Right. So he's still missing. Vivian's murdered. There's a tie with our boy Legs. So
fucking legs.
It details that
fucking leg day, bro.
So Legs had a contract out to kill him. The Burns brothers took it. Cab driver drops to the corrupt cop. Cop kills him. Buries the body in this location.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And yep.
Bada bing, boom.
Indeed. So
I just keep thinking of that, like Legs just literally kicking him to death.
Obviously.
Like squeezing him with his thighs.
Again, obviously.
I like to think Legs was clumsy and just tripped his way to killing him.
Like killed him by accident.
Nice.
Like Legs is all thumbs.
Goddamn.
No, that's his cousin Hands.
Are you talking about clamps?
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 Want to get clamps?
Gonna get such a clamping.
All right, so
I mean, this sounds pretty plausible.
So in 56. I'm sorry. The problem is they know where the bodies allegedly buried at. The problem is when they went to go and find it, the location had been renovated and they put an aquarium on top of it. So in 1956, they built an aquarium on the top of this spot where the body was buried at.
Yeah.
Now the problem is that they actually did find several bodies apparently buried there.
Oh, okay.
Still have that.
I feel like that happens every time there's
Yeah.
like a large construction project. Like,
Like, oh,
Yeah, just a local dumping hole.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, again, this is after the Prohibition era in New York.
Yeah.
There were probably tons of bodies there.
Yeah.
A lot of whores.
Lot of so many people talking.
That-
Obviously,
Those people in the holes itching.
yeah. There we go.
They're like digging, they find these bones, and they're like, no, they should have been flapping their yaps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
honestly,
a
I
bunch
know
of,
yeah.
you went in and out of the accent on that one.
just a bunch of high heels.
Jeez. Well, yeah, it was a bunch of bodies that were found there. It's probably just a bunch of mafia hits, honestly. Like they went from sleeping with the fishes to being underneath the fishes. So, thank you. So the problem is that of course they found the bodies, but they moved the bodies and put them in unmarked graves. But nobody knows where to put the damn graves at. There was no
'Cause
record
they're
kept.
unmarked.
Because exactly, they're unmarked, and nobody put where they put them. So you can't even exhume them and do a DNA test to figure out who these
So
people
like
were.
they just may have found his body and then they lost it.
Literally.
Cool.
Yep, they found the body and just as swiftly lost it. That's where the case right now ends at. Now, the case itself is still closed by the NYPD. They have not reopened it, even with the new evidence that was presented, because even though there's new evidence, there's really
Nothing
still
they
no
can do
body.
about
Nobody's alive.
There's no body. Like,
Yeah, and it's like at this point, dude, it's like he had so many reasons to die.
he really did.
It's like who fucking cares, dude? Like
There's so many other things that
if it-
could have killed him like anyway.
There were so many things that could have led to this dude die. That's true.
like if it hadn't have been Tammany Hall, it would have been legs. If it hadn't been legs, it would have been Stella.
yeah, it would have been one. Yeah,
I will.
Yep.
I will laugh my ass off if he just like died of food poisoning from that chop house he was at that night.
What
They
if,
just like fell into the river.
Yeah, just,
what if
you know.
like all three of them showed up to kill him at like the same time?
Oh wait.
Did we just become the Avengers?
So weird. Like it's not a Mexican standoff; it's an Italian New York
Just a
standoff.
weird fucking
The Spider-Man thing.
Like,
Yeah.
like
And
Stella
Legs
had
is
like
just river dancing the whole time.
Stella like had all these plans to kill him, but then like he went missing, and she's like, "Oh,
Oh.
no, my Joey!
Like, oh no. Oh, well, no. Whatever shall we do?
Oh no,
He was
I
a- he
miss
was a
him so
sweet-
much. He's
Sweet
missing."
boy. Sweet boy.
I like to think
miss
that.
him.
I like to think the cops are coming up to that lake house and the phonograph is just full volume, just
Yes, the Charleston.
just dancing like crazy. Oh no, not my husband.
It's like the jazz
This was
music
his favorite
era.
song.
Yeah. Well, but it was
Yeah, I mean
though.
this is really the
Yeah.
The Charleston.
jamming out.
Going back to the Charleston. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, think about this is the area of speakeasies. Jazz was a big thing
Yeah,
Primetime
because
jazz,
of the
baby.
speakeasy.
because of speakeasies. So, yeah, man. That's the story of the world's most missingest man, apparently.
Yeah. He's like super missing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To this day.
To this day.
If you
yeah.
see him, please call the number on the bottom of your screen.
If he's still alive, I have other questions.
Yes.
Yeah, that
there's-
would be.
There was like a list of sightings of where people thought they like saw Joe over the years.
Oh, it's like the DB Cooper thing all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
there-
Elvis.
Yeah, there was like
Oh,
some
jeez.
like he was like a
Yep.
bartender in like Africa,
he
like
fucking looks-
South Africa or some shit like
He
that.
fucking looks like anybody.
He has a mug on him.
He
Yeah, I mean,
does.
but
Not a good one.
but he's an everyman looking guy.
You can
yeah,
actually,
sure.
You know.
you can buy the actual newspaper article from when he went missing for $35.
Interesting.
And he is ugly, some bitch.
He kind of looks like. He looks like Gomez from the Addams Family.
Oh, like
That's a
the
stretch.
Because of the hair.
Do you mean the
Oh,
TV
the haircut, yeah, I
Do you
can see
mean
that.
the TV show?
Yeah,
Yeah, not the movie.
Yeah.
No,
the
not
TV
movie,
show.
The TV.
Yeah, I
show.
can see that.
Yeah.
His eyes are really.
I think he actually looks closer to Uncle Fester.
He looks like a mix.
He looks
between
like the
Uncle
modern
Fester and
Uncle
Gomez.
Fester.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Yeah,
looks like
Christopher
Uncle
Lloyd,
Fester,
Uncle
but
Fester.
with
Yeah.
the Gomez haircut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way to say it. He's Uncle Fester with the Gomez
look
haircut.
at
That's solid.
Joseph Force Crater. What a fucking name.
Yeah, Force.
Force.
You know, and it's funny if him and when you think of Hoffa and him disappearing. You know what Hoffa's middle name was?
What's that?
Riddle.
Really?
Yeah, James Riddle Hoffa.
Man, what the hell is this Batman
There's
bullshit
his
going on
wife.
right
And
now?
then you, yeah,
She
Chelsea
looks-
Force.
She looks so upset.
Yeah, she looks
Carter, or
she looks
Crater,
like she got
excuse
caught
me.
off guard right
Yeah.
there for
She's
sure.
like, "Ugh,
Well, no.
what do you mean? I
Oh,
really do miss my
You're
husband.
taking photos. Oh.
She's prettier than Eleanor
I haven't
Roosevelt.
seen him. What are you talking about?
Nobody heard me.
Oh, I did. I'm just stretching.
I said she's prettier than Eleanor Roosevelt.
That's
I mean,
Oh
yeah. She was not a looker.
no, she
Well,
had to be nice.
that was the Miss Things Man in America. We do need to. we've had DB Cooper on the line for a while
yeah,
now.
I
so
really
we
want
need
to do DB Cooper.
Did you
I
Yeah,
see-
well, since you're
love
back,
that
yeah, we
story.
can cover that soon.
Yeah.
Did I send you guys that video of this guy who claims to have found it's like his grandpa's stuff, but he's like, I think my grandpa's DB Cooper because he finds.
I
I
did
feel
see
like I've
that.
seen that before.
Yeah, I gotta look more into it, but he like finds the parachute and like it had like all the same modifications that he had made on it and
Interesting.
a couple other things.
There's so much.
And I know this says
there's
I'm
so
DB
much
Cooper.
involved
Yeah.
with DB Cooper. There's so much there's so many like details to dig into with it. I love it.
They just had
Yeah, well, because this was I thought this was pretty interesting mystery. So that's another good one.
they just had another one on the Zodiac recently.
yeah,
of
Zodiac.
his- of-
That's another one that's like there are so many people who are like, my grandpa was the Zodiac killer.
well, this one's a whole other additional, like a surrogate family that he might have had. And everything. It's a 3-parter on Netflix. I highly suggest you guys check it out.
Oh,
Is that
I
new?
don't have
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
yeah.
I will.
I would totally share my Netflix with you, but we
They
can't
don't
share
let,
Netflix
I know,
anymore.
they don't let us do that anymore. Everybody subscribe to the Patreon so I can afford Netflix.
We'll have a popcorn night. I will let you watch the Zodiac.
Yeah. Don't you need to get furniture first?
I have a chair. Brandy will suffer.
have to sit on the floor.
There's a rocking chair.
I mean, there's
I'll
Big Lots
stand
is
in the
going
middle
out
of
of
your living
business. Go to Big Lots and find some shit, man. Damn.
Oh, they actually they had a really nice couch when I was there, and it was like a big L sectional for $600, and I almost bought it, but I
Damn.
realized it was going the wrong direction for what
Oh.
I needed.
yeah.
Like, I
Is
would
it
get an L
inverse?
shape for my house, but like because of the most of the L shaped couch directions, I would just have to like roll over my couch every time I want to get in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which for me is fine, but like for everybody else could end horribly.
Kind of, yeah.
Like have to vault the couch every time you get on it.
Inconvenient.
Gears will
But no,
run
they
over
got
it.
a lot of good stuff over there for cheap.
Yeah, go check that out.
Yeah, check out that Zodiac one. That was good, and they actually incorporated the 2007 movie
Oh, that's cool.
in it quite a bit, which is actually one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Honest
check
to
that out.
God.
I haven't
I-
seen that one.
You gotta watch that movie.
All right, then. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up this episode. If you have made it this far, we appreciate you giving us a listen to. Please give us a like and share on your favorite listening service. We do appreciate it. We actually are up another 0.1, so we're at 4.9 now on Spotify.
Yay.
Thanks to you all giving us some more ratings. So we do appreciate that, but the more ratings you give, the better off we are in their algorithm. So we appreciate that. Of course, give us a like and follow on social media. We'll be updating there soon-ish.
If you guys like Pizza Hut over not Pizza Hut,
You're wrong.
or if you guys just like Pizza Hut in general, if you just like Pizza Hut,
You're wrong.
let us know.
Your parents should have loved you more or less.
Don't listen to that negativity. Don't listen.
Listen to this negativity because it's all there is.
Don't
my God.
don't let Ben get you down.
Okay. Anyways, we appreciate you giving us a listen to. We will catch y'all next time. Y'all be cool.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.